54.
Y'all got into it on social media around that time. Is that just you being competitive, like when that happens, or is it like...
I just really don't like that dude.
Why though?
Cause I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. That's like
just not your cup of tea. That's just not your...
I don't like nothing about him. I just felt like, he just one of these little arrogant little dudes that's...
Terence Crawford and GervontaDavis have never been close, but their rivalry heated up last month when they clashed on social media. It all started with comments about the prestigious Ring Magazine awards, but quickly turned personal, both. Boxers are champions in their divisions, but due to their size difference, they are unlikely to face each other in the ring. However, that hasn't stopped them from exchanging heated words online. Crawford's dislike for Davis goes beyond just one social media argument. He has been holding back his opinions for a while, and now he's finally speaking.
And what champ? Come on, man, tell me what belt. You know boxing. You forgot Devin Haney is undisputed. Devin Haney got all the belts. He the champ. Nobody else the champ. I'm gonna come up here where the big boys at. All right, I'll welcome him.
GervontaDavis, known for his aggressive style and quick temper, wasn't going to ignore Crawford's remarks. Davis is currently preparing to defend his WBA lightweight title against Lamont Roach on March 1st. Despite being busy with his upcoming fight, he always seems ready for a war of words. Meanwhile, Crawford is preparing for his highly anticipated showdown with Canelo Alvarez, a fight that could cement his legacy if he wins. But even with his focus on Canelo, Crawford didn't hesitate to take shots at Davis.
That'd be great.
You would fight him.
Man, tell him to come up there.
He got to come to win 54.
He said I got a glass chin, so tell him to come and touch it.
Wow, man. Gervonta said you got a glass.
In a recent interview on Cigar Talk, Terence Crawford gave a brutally honest opinion about GervontaDavis. The topic came up when the interviewer mentioned Davis's habit of moving up in weight only when he can pick his opponents. When asked if their social media clash was just two competitive champions butting heads, Crawford made it clear that this was personal. "Nah, man, I just really don't like that dude," Crawford said. "I just don't like him. Like, I really don't like him. I don't like anything about him." His tone left no room for doubt. He wasn't interested in sugarcoating his feelings.
I got a question for you, Tank. At 147, how does a fight with you and Terence Crawford look?
147?
147.
Shit, I tapped that chin. You know he going to sleep.
I already know. I already know he
ain't
is.
got no chin.
I already know he is.
You said no chin.
I got round 5.
Shit, I got round 6.
Crawford went on to describe Davis as an arrogant little dude who hides behind his fame and money. "He's got a lot of security guards around him, and he knows he's in the limelight," Crawford explained. "But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that." It was a sharp remark, suggesting that Davis wouldn't have the, same confidence without his entourage constantly protecting him. Crawford seemed to be calling out Davis for using his public persona as a
what he got to shield him. Like, he got a lot of security guards around him, and he know, he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But
despite his dislike for Davis's personality, Crawford didn't deny his talent. "He's a good fighter. I respect him as a fighter," Crawford admitted. "He definitely has skills, power, and tremendous boxing ability. But his personality and his ways? Nah." The compliment felt reluctant. Crawford acknowledged Davis's talent, but it didn't soften his overall harsh opinion. Davis, of course, didn't stay quiet. He fired back with a jab of his own. "He's talking like he's the best in the sport, but he's still out here begging for a big payday against Canelo," Davis said. It was a pointed dig, implying that Crawford is chasing the Canelo fight for money and validation. Davis's comment played into a common boxing narrative that even great fighters need a marquee opponent like Canelo to truly cement their legacies. But the bad blood between Crawford and Davis didn't stop there. Another factor has been adding fuel to the fire: Shakur Stevenson. The 27-year-old rising star is widely seen as a future opponent for Davis, though they have yet to face off in the ring. Crawford, who has a close relationship with Stevenson, made it clear that he's firmly in his corner.
Shakur, what have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him. Who that? The Keyshawn. Keyshawn looking way more better than this. I keep screaming his name. He haven't done nothing. Keyshawn haven't even done nothing.
Going to take his personality and personal things out of it, Crawford said when discussing Davis. Boxing-wise, he's definitely talented. He's got that it factor, and he's respected in the sport. But Shakur is a different fighter. Shakur is different. That's high praise coming from Crawford, who doesn't hand out compliments easily. He went on to explain why he believes Stevenson would beat Davis. People may call him boring. People may say he can't punch, but they said the same thing about Floyd because they're defensive fighters. Crawford explained, comparing Stevenson's style to that of Floyd Mayweather tees a powerful comparison, considering Mayweather's nearly flawless career and his mastery of defensive boxing. Crawford believes Stevenson...
And I go read like little stuff about it, they really be debating. It don't be like, oh, Tank is gonna destroy this guy and everybody is saying it. No, that shit be like real debates, like, no, this Shakur, this, that. And then not only that, now you see Shakur moving up in weight, he's filling out, he's dropping this dude.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hits everybody else, and he knows that, Crawford said confidently. It's a bold prediction, especially considering Davis's reputation as one of the most dangerous knockout artists in boxing. Davis thrives on overwhelming opponents with his explosive power, but Crawford is convinced that Stevenson's technical brilliance would frustrate him in the ring. Crawford's loyalty to Stevenson only adds more tension to his feud with Davis. This isn't just about boxing, it's about pride, loyalty, and proving a point. Davis, for his part, will likely see Crawford's comments as yet another challenge to his dominance. And if Davis and Stevenson...
Have there been any talks with Tank's team?
They reached out, but we told them to come back with an offer. And as far as that, we ain't heard nothing since then. Me and him fighting each other, we'll seal the deal on the kings of that division.
Rivalry between Crawford and Davis is a complex mix of personal animosity and professional competition. Crawford's accusations of arrogance and bravado go beyond typical trash talk. He seems genuinely disgusted by Davis's personality and the way he carries himself. Davis, on the other hand, has no problem firing back, painting Crawford as someone desperate for recognition. It's unlikely this war of words will end anytime soon. Both men are too proud and too competitive to back down. Davis is laser-focused on his upcoming title defense, but he's likely keeping a close eye on Crawford's comments. And Crawford, even with the massive Canelo fight ahead, doesn't seem interested in letting this feud die down. Interview. Whether Davis and Crawford ever find themselves in the same room again remains to be seen. But one thing is clear. Their rivalry has already created plenty of drama, and the boxing world is watching closely to see what happens next. Interestingly, while Gervonta "Tank" Davis accused Terence Crawford of chasing money with the Canelo fight, he himself is eyeing a massive payday from Saudi Arabia for a potential fight against Devin Haney. Davis's recent comments about fighting in Saudi Arabia make it clear that he's not just interested in...
Obviously, you and Tank, and that's something that I feel like has built up for years.
Yeah, I mean, the fight has been built up for years, and at the end of the day, if he want the fight, he could have the fight because he's the WBA fake champion. He's not the, he has the Mickey Mouse belt.
Davis's comments also hinted at his distrust of how boxing decisions are made when big money and big names are involved. He practically accused Saudi organizers of favoring Haney, saying, "If I don't knock him out, you're going to give the fight to him." That wasn't just a jab at Haney, it was a swipe at the entire system. It's rare for a fighter to speak so openly about concerns over biased judging, especially when massive paychecks are at stake. What makes this even more ironic is Davis's previous stance. Not too long ago, he seemed uninterested in joining.
Somebody asked Lomachenko.
All right. Turkey said he got your 2 Ferraris ready. What you think about that? Oh, Turkey said he got your 2 Ferraris ready.
I need 3 now.
Tank is singing a different tune now, and his shift in attitude is almost comedic. 1 minute, he's criticizing Crawford for fighting in Riyadh. The next, he's listing off luxury car demands and positioning himself for his own trip to the desert. Turki Alalshik's strategy of pouring astronomical sums into boxing has already attracted some of the sport's biggest names. Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk's two-fight series secured them record-breaking paydays, and Canelo's deal is reportedly so massive that it could make any fighter rethink their career path. Davis clearly sees the dollar signs flashing, but he's framing his interest as a demand for respect rather than just chasing a payday. Yet, in this scenario, the line between earning respect—
if not, y'all gonna give it to him. So that's what made me like, oh yeah, I see what's going on. So now, give me 2 or 4 or 3 Ferraris. If not, ain't no point in me going over there for. Y'all got—
Davis have been circling each other for years, with fans and analysts eagerly waiting for the day they finally step into the ring. But based on Tank's comments, this fight wouldn't just be between him and Haney, it would be him against the entire Saudi boxing machine. His criticisms of how fights are managed in Saudi Arabia come across as both a negotiation tactic and a warning shot. He wants everyone to know that if this fight happens, he'll be walking into hostile territory.
Turki Alalshik mapped out Shakur's next 3 fights, and the third one is GervontaDavis. He must be sending not the 3 Ferraris that your boy wanted. He probably gonna send him a couple Ferrari mechanics so they can build him his own Ferrari factory.
He was being sarcastic, like he said, because, you know, Turki was already with Devin. He was making it seem like he was—
Despite all the bravado and posturing, Davis did offer a small nod of respect to Turki Alalshik. "I'm only grateful for the money he's put in," Davis said. But even that praise came with a caveat. He added that organizers need to be smarter and know more about the sport so that fights are fair. It's the kind of comment that's bound to stir even more controversy in a sport where money often dictates outcomes. Davis is essentially calling for transparency.
I don't want to be someone like Devin, you know what I mean, talk all that trash and then overlook my opponent and then get knocked out.
Tank, Martin was really confident in this press conference today that not only is he going to secure a win, but that he's going to get a knockout. How much of that do you think is false confidence?